Hello, everyone. How are you doing this evening? It is Wednesday, and it's August the 21st, 2024, and it's 7 o'clock on the East Coast. And I always like to tell you the time. It is not because you don't know where you are. It's because we have so many people in different time zones and even over the world, around the world. But we're just so happy that you have joined us today to the Power of Transformation broadcast. I am your host. And my name is Dr. Paula Obie, and I'm just so happy to be back again with you. On tonight, we have another powerful show scheduled for you. We're going to have an amazing time, share some information. So we want you to tell your friends. We want you to tag them. We want you to text them. And you can call them if you have a few minutes, and then you're going to have to come on back and tell them that the Power of Transformation broadcast with Dr. Paula Obie is on now, and they, honey bunny, do not want to miss it. I'm going to do the same thing. Now, see you soon. And we are just so happy that you decided to join us again. We're back and we are excited. I'm excited every week, but I'm super excited tonight. Let me tell you something. In our lifetime, we're going to meet some very exciting, very wonderful people. And those are the ones that become your friends, and they also feel like family. You start hanging around them. You find out how much you have in common. And then that moment when you need someone the most, they're the ones who show up for you. And we have 3 of those young ladies on tonight. And you know what? I'm just going to allow them to introduce themselves. I'm calling them 3 amazing sisters. There's 4 of them. But these are 3 amazing sisters. I'm going to have them come on in. They can introduce themselves. I just want you to know who they are. Hello, Crystal. Hello, Gilda. Hello, Renita. The 3 amazing sisters. Hello. How are you?
Doing great.
Good.
I'm so glad to see y'all. I'm so glad.
We're glad to be here.
Yeah, glad to be here. You mean so much to me, and there's a whole lot I could say, but this is about you tonight, so we're going to let you talk. I did say when I needed you the most, you were there, but you were there before then. Isn't that cool? For someone to be there before, during, I just want to say thank you. So since this broadcast is about 3 amazing sisters, I'm going to be quiet. Now, I'll interject because I like to ask questions. I'm going to be quiet for just a few minutes, and I'm going to let you introduce yourself. We're going to start with Crystal, move to Gilda and Renita, and then we're going to move on. Tell me who you are.
Okay. All right now. Well, I'm Crystal. I'm the oldest of the 3 that's here today. Been a caregiver pretty much all my life, from having a home daycare, working in daycare centers, to helping my grandmother, to helping seniors when I see the need of help, to now caring for my mother.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hello, I'm Gilda. I am, out of my mom's 6, I am the 5th child. I call myself the Grace child, 5 being the number of grace. And truly, it fits me well. It suits me well because I know from where God brought me from. And so I marvel and I revel in his grace towards me. And I am honored to be sharing this platform tonight with my amazing sisters. I cannot wait to hear how this goes. It's going to be great. Thanks for having us.
Yes.
Yeah. And hello, everybody. I'm Renita Wilson, and I am the youngest, the baby, as they still want to call me, of the whole group. I'm a caregiver. I work in the healthcare field, but I patterned my life, and I think the roadmap of my life has been impacted by my sisters. I pattern a lot of things after them. So I don't know if I ever told them, but I do look up to my siblings. You know, they're great. They're marvelous. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Thank you.
And I want to interject. Whenever she talks about you, she just beams. I mean, she just
Oh,
glows like a Christmas tree. And I just think that's amazing. So it's a great segue because I'm sure you have a ton of things that you love about each other. But I need for you to bring out one special thing that you love. I'm gonna give you a
Okay.
minute or two. I know
I
you
have
have
mine.
all.
I got mine.
You got
okay.
yours. Okay, go ahead,
I'm-
Renita. Go.
Go ahead,
I got
Renita.
mine.
Go, Renita.
You said what I love. One amazing thing, and what I love about
How about
them is the fact that they were given to me. They're my sisters, and I was blessed to have them as my sisters. They were given to me as a gift.
Mm.
Awesome.
Oh,
Thank
that's so.
you.
Mhm.
And it's a never ending gift, you
Absolutely.
know, and one that keeps going. You can keep opening it up, layers and layers. It never ends.
Yeah. So for me, the well, just one. There are plenty of things that I love about each one of them. But for Renita, I love what she brings to our family. She brings a skill set that's a myriad of things. I call her our MacGyver. Something something broke. We want her to fix it. We need questions answered about doctor, medicine. It's just you name it, she knows. I feel like she knows it.
Yes.
And I just appreciate the skill set that she brings to our family. And it's not just me and Crystal, it's her nieces, our oldest sister, our brother. We just call her for stuff because
A lot of
she's
stuff.
just that person.
Yeah.
And for Crystal, I am in awe at the way that she loves unconditionally,
Mm.
right? Um,
Mm.
We're just gonna keep on
Yeah,
talking.
we just keep on going. Well, I'm telling you, it's so hard when somebody say one thing.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
me,
One.
it's so hard to pick out one thing.
Mhm.
But that one thing for me is acceptance. And they accept me for who I am. And they don't waver. They don't allow anyone else to say anything about me. Because if you accept me, you accept me. If you don't,
Absolutely.
they'll tell you to move on.
Absolutely.
And it's just amazing how they're just there for me. They're just there for me. Um, and I just love them. I just love them. I just
It's
love
it's
them.
it's an amazing bond. I imagine that if I were to dig a little bit deeper, we don't have the time, but if I were to dig a little bit deeper and we just list all of the attributes, you guys would be like this.
Mm-hmm.
With all of the things that you're able to do, you just fit like a glove.
Mm-hmm.
When one
Mm-hmm.
person doesn't have something, you can pick up the phone and there's another person who has it. And if the other
Mm-hmm.
person doesn't have it, 9 times out of 10, somebody knows somebody who does. Does that sound
right.
right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
That is right.
And
Absolutely.
I don't think that's by happenstance. It was purposed for you all to be that way.
Oh, amen. Our mother taught us that way.
Yes.
And
No,
our
you got
grandmother.
And our
and you got-
grandmother.
Oh,
Mhm.
oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because one thing our mother always told us that if we don't have nothing else, we have each
We
other.
have each other.
And that's the most material stuff, money and all that is nothing if we don't have each other.
Yeah.
And she gets after us today when we stand up for each other. She'll tell us, I know I told y'all that, but not against me.
Right.
It's against whoever. It's against whoever.
Yeah.
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 I
Wow. Wow.
think that so, and it's not that we grew up and everything was all perfect. That's not it. We've had squabbles,
No.
we've had falling outs, we've had
Mhm.
arguments and disagreements and all of that. But she would always say, "You are family, your sisters, your
Mhm.
siblings," and even when we would see other families, they would squabble with each other in the
Mhm.
streets. That was a no for
Oh
her.
no.
Like,
Mm-mm.
you do not
No.
go out there in the streets squabbling with each other.
No.
And so
Mm-mm.
we knew that that was the expectation, that we
Mhm.
fix it, we get it right, and we love each other, and we keep going. And she taught us forgiveness. Like, we
Mhm.
got to forgive. So,
Hmm.
That's
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm
powerful.
grateful for that.
And
Yeah.
there are
Yes.
some homes that don't hear that. There's some people that are deliberately taught, you're going to stick together and I'm going to create an
Hmm. Hmm.
atmosphere for you to stick
Mhm.
together because you're all going to be here with all together. You're going to be all
Mhm.
together.
Mhm.
You're going to
Yeah.
I'm going to teach you how to be one. I'm going to teach you how to
Mhm.
forgive. How do you teach someone how to forgive?
You model
Action.
it.
A person has to love first.
Actions.
Have
Action.
love.
Mhm.
Yeah. And love is an action word.
Action. Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It is.
Mhm.
You model it. It
Oh.
has to be. It can be modeled. I mean, Lord knows. My mom had to forgive me for a lot of stuff. Actions,
Me too.
attitudes,
Mhm.
just stuff, you
Mhm.
know. So she modeled that. She modeled love for us, love
Yes.
for
Yeah.
family.
Yes.
She did.
Mhm.
She did.
Hmm.
And somebody
Hmm.
probably modeled that for her.
Her mother,
Her
Our grandmother,
our grandmother.
she was amazing.
Yes.
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 And
Yeah.
I worry about families who don't have that example
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mhm.
where no one is speaking that into your life. You
Mhm.
may get mad at your brother or your sister, but that is still your brother and that is
That's
still
it.
your sister.
Mhm.
Yes.
And I'm going
Absolutely.
to show you how to figure that
Mhm.
out
Mhm.
because you
Yeah.
have to have somebody in there
Mhm.
driving that. Do you agree with that? Tell me what that means.
Yes. Yes.
I agree. Um,
Yeah.
I think that is important. You don't. It's a rarity nowadays
Mhm.
to see
Mhm.
family that are sticking together and working together. And speaking on the caregiver end of that, it is a rarity to see families pull together to care for a person. You don't see it. Most of the time, you see them squabbling, like you said. They're fighting. They're fighting, trying to see who can get who, the big mamas, who can get what or whatever. What can I get out of it? It's a rarity. And I think that has been our goal to, we're going to be extraordinary. We don't have to be ordinary.
Mm.
Extraordinary.
Yeah. I think too.
Yeah.
Just on the lines of talking about us coming together to support our mom. The way that God, like you said, like we fit, right? We know if something pops up, which one gets the call or which one. So we're not crossing lanes, so to speak.
Mhm.
Like,
Mm-mm.
it's not that the other one can't do
Mhm.
it, but if somebody say business finances, who y'all gonna call?
We have to call you,
You,
Gilda.
you.
If somebody says doctor medicine,
We have to call
we
Renita.
That's
know who
me.
to call. If somebody says pretty much anything about
Crystal.
what's happening in the family, like the family at large, right?
Crystal. Mm-hmm.
Information, right? We know, and it's almost like we have our lanes,
Mm-hmm.
and we let each other kind of move in those lanes, and I appreciate that about us. I
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Somewhere down the line, there was something that happened, and we cannot put it in pill form. I wish we could, and
Mhm.
really put it in pill form and give it to other people, but we can't do that. So
Mhm.
somewhere down the line, there was this seed sown that says
Mhm.
it's okay for you to be Crystal, you to be Renita, and you to
Mhm.
be guilty.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
okay for you to have and know what you know, and it's okay for
Mhm.
you to have and know what you know, and it's okay
Yes.
having you know what you know. But when we
Mhm.
come together,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we're a powerhouse.
We're powerful. Very
We
much
but
are.
I
so.
think we just do it. I don't
Mhm.
even think that we see ourselves the way that you and other people, because we have other people say it, but for us, it's our way of life.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I don't see it like
Mm-hmm.
someone on the external looking at us see it.
It's a
Mm-hmm.
rarity. I will
I don't
tell
think
you.
I don't think I thought about that.
Really?
Right.
We just do it.
Mm-mm.
Mm. We do, and like I said, and it was demonstrated. It was demonstrated through our grandmother, the way she took care of my aunt, my grandfather. She just did it, you know,
Did it.
with all her children that she had.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
just like she just did it.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you do for family. And she
Mm-hmm.
always say, you know, no family goes to a rest home. No family don't be without somebody to come to help them. Somebody has to go over to such and such a house
Yeah.
and help them.
Mhm,
Uh, you know,
mhm,
or she's gonna try to do it. But
Mm-hmm.
then it's just like, no. I know I remember one time I called the family together, not boasting myself or anything like that.
that's okay.
But
Mm-hmm.
it was just like, okay, even my cousins, I called me. I said, look, we got to come in and we got to do this and we
Mm-hmm.
got to do that. And when we came together, it was just so wonderful. It's
Yeah.
wonderful when you come together and
Mm-hmm.
not
Yeah.
fighting bigger. It's wonderful. And it's
Yeah.
just like, you can say, Lord, when we going to do this again? But it's just
Mm-hmm.
wonderful when you
Yeah.
come together. You have to come together.
Mhm,
And
mhm. Yeah, yeah.
you just have to come together, you know,
And
and
that's how you
you have to pay attention.
and
You
Yeah.
you
have to
gotta
pay
pay
attention.
attention to mhm.
Yeah.
You have to pay attention because I know my
Yeah.
sisters, them, when they see that I'm down, when they see that I'm down, they just like Calgon, they come and take me away.
That's right.
So it's just like you have to pay attention
Yeah.
to people, you know,
Yeah.
who's caregivers. You have to
Mm-hmm.
pay attention because it
And
is
Caregivers, they
I
give.
want to hit on that
Let
what
people
she just
help.
said. Yeah. Yeah.
You have to let people help
you
too.
do,
Absolutely.
you do.
So my other sister, our oldest sister, um, my mom, our mom stayed with her a couple of
Mm-hmm.
years.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she being the oldest, and I think that's just understanding the birth order, right? And
Mhm.
where things fall. She
Mm-hmm.
has a different spirit. Like she has a mom over us spirit. Like she's
Mm-hmm.
our
Yeah.
mom too, right?
Yeah.
So when our
Mm-hmm.
mom stayed with her, she didn't really allow us to
The help. Mm-hmm.
help
No.
because she wanted to do it.
She
Mm-hmm.
went.
And it was a lot for her.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so now that our mom is transitioned with Crystal, and Crystal, I think, like she understands
Mm-hmm.
better
Yes.
allowing other people to come in and help to kind of
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
take the burden off. But that is just our oldest sister. Just kudos
Yes.
to her. She is. I wish she were on here, but she wasn't probably not going to have it. But she,
Mhm.
when I say amazing,
Oh,
Amazing.
she loves us
yeah.
like no other.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
She's really like our mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
She will work herself to take care of us until she's sick.
Yes.
yes, us as grown women.
As
Yeah.
grown women until she's sick,
Till she's sick,
you
but
know,
will never say anything to us.
but never say anything to us. And then when we go and you know she's sick, but we want to like girl, da, 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 da. But that is her
Yeah,
character. Yes.
it is. That's the way she treats
Mm-hmm.
us. We can call today and say, "Hey, can you cook me whatever?"
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna do it. Hey, as a matter of fact, I asked can
Tell
she
it.
iron a dress for me.
Right.
She told me to bring it to her. Like
Yes.
she's she's that girl. Like she's that
Yes.
girl, but
That
she's
that's
our
the only way to
sister.
put it.
What
Yeah.
that Karen White said, she a superwoman, Karen White. You
She
know that song,
is.
I'm a
Yes. Yeah.
superwoman.
She
I said,
is.
is
So
that
she
superwoman.
modeled this for us as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She modeled this for us as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, Renita was going to say something earlier. We were talking about, I think we were talking about how this, I'm still mesmerized because you don't have many folks that talk about each other like that. She definitely needed, I wish there was a way to beam her in. When I think about all the difference in your personalities, you still like glue. Now I know why we have so many problems in other families that don't have the support system.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
right.
It's
Mm-hmm.
a lonely world to be in a lonely world.
It is.
It is.
It is.
It is.
It is.
It
It
is.
is when you don't
Mm-hmm.
have somebody who says, I haven't heard from you today, or
Mm-hmm.
how are you doing today? That's
Mm-hmm.
hard, particularly as you are caring for someone else that you
Yes.
love with all your heart.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, talk to me about what message do we want to give to those folks who are okay with just one person doing everything? What message do we want to give?
Oh,
We want
my
to let
main
them.
message.
For
Yeah,
me, that's not all right. That's not okay.
right.
That's not okay.
Hmm.
That's my mess. It's not okay. And it's not going to take anything from you. It's just going to add to you when you check on someone else.
Right.
When you lend a helping hand to someone else,
Mhm.
Hmm.
it's
Hmm.
going to add to your life. It's not going to take anything away.
Hmm.
What when you don't do that, you have some problems. You have some frustration because God asks us to look out for our neighbors. He asks us to love. He asks us to care
Mhm.
because he asks us to do these for each other. You know, I
Hmm.
don't care we was not connected by blood or whatever.
Hmm.
We just have to do it.
Yeah.
And that for me,
Right.
it's just not okay not to. If you see somebody, you know,
Struggling.
that's like the Good Samaritan. When you saw that man on the side of the road, Good Samaritan, he stopped. You know, he stopped
And
Mhm.
you help. Right.
and helped. Everybody else bypassed him, bypassed.
Hmm.
But when that one stopped, and you see how it impacted his life with that one stop. Oh, I
When
keep
that
talking
one,
about that one. Oh my God, I keep talking about that one. But go ahead on, Renita.
I think. I think the message I would give to families is don't forget the main caretaker, because
Mm-hmm.
Right.
that is a huge amount of pressure. We assist. Crystal's with our mom majority of the time,
Mm-hmm.
and we have to stay in tune to when she needs a break,
Yeah.
because that's a lot. And I love that Crystal called me like, hey
Mm-hmm.
girl,
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
need you to come, you know, and we're gonna come because
Mm-hmm.
we know when she's got that she needs a break.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have tuned into she needs a vacation, some kind of vacation,
Mm-hmm.
staycation, vacation, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but don't forget that main person who's there almost 24/7.
Mhm. Mhm.
Find out what they need, ask about them, see what they need.
but
Mhm.
what if they don't? What if they say they don't need anything? Then what do you do?
But they do.
They do.
And
Yeah, there
then
are some basic things.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Even if it's I'm gonna come over, you go out to dinner, you go hang out, just da 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 da,
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Yeah.
There are
Or
just some
yeah.
basic things.
Yeah. Or here's some grocery. I'm going to go to the grocery store and pick up some
Mhm.
things for you. Or I'm going to get some delivery sent to you so you don't have to worry about food or something like that.
Yeah, it's
Just a
the
simple
basic
thing.
stuff.
I'm going to come in and, and make your bed while you in there sitting down or whatever. It doesn't take
Mhm.
big things to do. Just simple things matter. You know, don't forget that. Simple things matter. They don't have to be huge and big things.
Mm-hmm.
Small things count. It's
Mhm.
important.
Yeah.
And I do want to say that person that's the total caretaker, they need to stop. I must say, if you don't mind, stop lying to themselves.
Okay.
They say, I
Oh,
got it.
oh yeah. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
They got to
Mm-hmm.
stop saying that because they're
Mm-hmm.
not okay.
Mhm.
They're not fine.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Don't worry about what nobody think about you. If you
Mhm.
say yes, because when my mom first came, I really did try to do everything, and
Mm-hmm.
I really was burnt out.
Mm-hmm.
But that caretaker has to open up the door and say, I do need it. And
Yeah.
don't feel
Yeah.
shame about it.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't feel shame about it. Because
Mm.
even if you wasn't taking care of somebody, something was going on in your life, you need help.
Yeah.
Yes.
When things like this is going on in your life, where you got to take care of somebody at 40, you
Mm-hmm.
got
Yeah.
to say,
I
yeah, I
need
do
help.
need a little help. And
Yes.
it's okay.
Yeah.
And it's
It's
okay.
okay. It's
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
I
Yeah.
think those are great points. And I think that I know you said something about, well, what if someone won't come and help, right?
Mhm.
Um, so because we know we live in this world where people can be selfish and
Mhm.
self-centered, and they don't have that in them to reach out to
Mhm.
support,
Mhm.
then you have to seek support
Yeah.
outside of that.
Mhm.
It's like
Right.
you have to build your network of support,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And it
Yes.
may not be family members. It
Right.
may
Mhm.
be chosen
Mhm.
family.
Right.
Mhm.
Like I know you really are connected with Krista and Renita, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
that's the support. And then because you may have to go to agencies and say, hey, do you all have somebody? Or do you all know somebody? And this is the social work in me coming out
Mhm.
with the resources and all of that good stuff.
Mhm.
Um, I need. I'm a caregiver. There are caregiver support groups and networks,
Mhm.
right? So
Mhm.
you have to build your support network
Mhm.
instead of like Krista said, I got it.
Mhm.
I just do it myself.
Mhm.
Build it. If a person is out there struggling, build your support network. Look
Mhm.
at
Mhm.
this video and figure out how to go and build your network
How to do it.
Mhm.
because there's somebody
Yeah.
Mhm.
that will help.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Renita has an amazing mindset about some things.
Yes. Yes.
She has some ideas floating around. I'm going to let her share whatever she wants to share. And I'm saying you all could probably write the biggest book and show the biggest movie about how things should be done. I
Mhm.
just remember talking to you about your dream or something that on your heart. If you want to
Mhm.
share that, that would be great.
Oh, I say so much. My Lord.
Well, we're talking about those caregiver sessions
Mm.
Oh
that
yeah.
you felt like would be appropriate for us to have. And I'm
Mhm.
Yeah.
pushing her because I don't want her to forget it.
Right,
That will
right, right.
enable us to be more powerful and create that network. So that was one of the things you
Okay.
talked about. I have forgotten.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, because it's one of those things, like Gilda said, that network, building that network, you don't know until you know.
Hmm.
And sometimes I think that people sit alone in silence and they're hurting and they need help and they don't know
Mhm.
where to turn to.
Yeah.
However, if there's a group out there that they can really get in tune to and find
Mhm.
support that way, it'll go a long way. It'll help them out,
Mhm.
teach them, give them the information they need. One of the things I help a lot of people out with, most people don't know what hospice care is and what it's
Mhm.
for.
Yeah, talk
Right.
to me about that.
Most people think hospice care is just for you're gonna pass away soon and you know
Right.
they're gonna do
That's what
everything,
we've
but
been
that's
Right.
told.
what it's for. It's
Hmm.
sustain them in the life they're in now,
Right.
Mhm.
and it's to
Right.
open up resources
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
for that family, for that person who's being
Mm-hmm.
cared for. So, if anything, I would love to get that information out there because it can help a whole lot of people who just, when people hear hospice, they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like,
Mhm.
no, these people are thriving.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But hospice is a gateway. You don't have to fight with insurance. They get you the equipment you need, so many resources that you
Mhm.
need. So
Mhm.
that's one thing. I just would like to educate people on what's out there, what's available to
Right.
them. You
Mhm.
Right.
know, those resources are so important.
That is just so vital. And what we don't know, we
Right.
don't know. We have
Right.
one idea about it, but then there's a whole lot more to it.
That's
And
right.
we're the
Absolutely.
ones being left out if we don't have people like you and your
Mhm.
sisters enlighten us as to what it
Mhm.
really is. That's why I can't wait
Mhm.
for your seminar, whatever you're doing. If I need to bring you
Yeah.
back, then we'll come back
Mhm.
because I will tell you I'm here with a smile on my face because of the knowledge you were willing to share. I can't even tell you how many hours I've texted and whatever, all
Mm-hmm.
because I wanted to get it right.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
Right.
it's and there's no one way of doing it for everyone.
Right.
There's not
Mhm.
just a one way that this has
Mhm.
to be done.
Mhm.
There's no roadmap that says you have to go from A to Z this way
Right.
only.
It's mhm.
Mhm.
It be all over the place,
That's
really.
right.
'Cause it
That's
depends.
right.
It's all over the place. It's all because it depends on too who you're taking
Yeah.
care of.
Situational.
It's
Yes, it's
right.
very
Mm-hmm.
Right.
situational. Yeah,
Mhm. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
absolutely
Yeah.
is. Yeah,
But I mean,
and it's okay. It's
because
okay.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
the hospice team that we are working with are the best.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They are the best.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
Very
Yeah.
much.
So, and I think that that is so appropriate, Renita,
Hmm.
for putting that out there. Um,
Mhm.
it is a network in and of itself.
Yes.
Yes.
But there are so many others, so
Hmm.
many
Mhm.
others, and it would be great to maybe get a list that you can have, Paula, to share with
Hmm.
people.
Yes.
We'll kind of give
Okay.
like a roadmap, like put a list together. But um, we are fortunate to have each other,
Yes,
Yes,
you
we
and
are.
are.
that
You are
I
your greatest
I'm
asset.
glad we don't take that for granted. But some days it's just not a bed of roses.
Hmm.
All of us can be frustrated, but not all of us can be frustrated at the same time because we have
Right.
to balance each other out.
We
Hmm.
do.
Because it's like, just to get your mama.
Right. Right. Right.
Yes. Mhm.
Renita, I'm tired. I'm trying to do this, da 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 da. So we,
Mhm.
we get frustrated.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
I
of
can imagine
course.
if it's just one person trying to carry. I feel bad when I hear about one person trying to carry the load because I know what I feel and I have a support network
Hmm.
working. We all on
Absolutely.
each other's back, but we really do have to lean on each other
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
and take
Always.
a step back sometimes when it's like way too much. It's like, I'm out, Krista, this week. I'm out. I can't
Mhm. Tap out.
because I'm tired.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
but yeah.
And
Hmm.
So
a lot
we
of
have
and a
our
lot of it
moments.
does and a lot of it does depend on the level of care that you have to give. But
Hmm.
what
Yes.
what what I feel that you're saying and what I definitely experience myself is you're always there to make sure everything's done. You know,
Yes.
Yes.
you got this. You're always trying to make sure this is done on this time. This is done on
Hmm.
this time,
Hmm.
and then it's not, and you're like, okay, breathe,
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
breathe,
Breathe. That's right.
Yeah.
Sit down.
sit
Mhm.
yourself
Sit.
down,
Right. Sit yourself down.
Mhm.
and relax,
Mhm. Right.
Take some time.
and
Absolutely.
breathe,
Right.
And breathe.
Yeah.
Hmm.
and breathe.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Because
Because
if
sure.
it,
you're
yeah,
not breathing, you cannot help anybody else.
you cannot.
Like, I mean, sometimes I think it was last week I was picked. I had to do something. Chris, I don't know. Oh, Chris had to go out. Renita was working, and I was the one. So things with us is just a ebb and a flow. Like
Hmm.
sometimes it's I'm on this week, or sometimes it's like Renita, you on this week. It just depends on what we have going on in our lives.
Right.
But
Mhm.
I was the person that day, and I'm like, we have a schedule, we have this, got to do that, and I just remember going into the living room saying, God, you got to help me to help her,
That's right.
Hmm.
because I'm just frustrated right now. So I sat in the living room and breathed.
Hmm.
Because what I don't want to do
Mhm.
is lash out and be angry and upset and mad. So it's like time out. Let me
Hmm.
go in the living room
Hmm.
because she may have done something or said something, and I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm going in the living room
Mhm.
in a minute. And
Mhm.
so it's
Mhm.
just knowing and being self-aware, right?
Hmm.
What's going
Yeah.
on internally within yourself, because the goal is always to provide the
The
support
best
to
care.
mom
Hmm.
and love
Absolutely,
her.
and
Yeah.
You
that's
know,
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Yeah,
so
and
yeah.
you know what else I've discovered? I have a passion for AirPods because
Mhm.
sometimes in my breathing, I used to
Yes.
do that. I used to do that to my boss. I had a boss. I don't even want to talk about her. A boss or whatever. I will say this. For some reason, I think there must have been something in the wall because every time I got on the phone, she'd come out and do this, and I'm like. So after a while, you had those that were like this, and she'd be like, well,
Mhm.
are you talking? Who you talking to? But honey, when I got the AirPods and I
Yes.
flopped that hair over there, she didn't even know. I'm somewhere listening to ocean sounds, and I'm
Mhm.
trying to listen to
Mhm.
music.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to get me
Yeah.
right. So you could
Mhm.
just pull it right on there and be like, because
Yeah.
you got to anchor. You got to get your anchor.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And self-care is not selfish.
It's
No,
not
Like I
self.
think people
no,
have to understand self-care is not selfish.
It's
no.
not.
It's the best care. You really cannot help someone else if you don't take care of yourself.
You
That's
really
right.
cannot.
Mentally, emotionally, physically.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
true.
here. Prime example of that, Gilda. Because a while back, I have problems with my legs and stuff or whatever,
Right.
back and all this and that. So, like I said, when my mother first came, I was doing this and doing that. Body broke down.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Mhm.
God stepped in
Mhm.
and gave my mother some strength to start putting patches all on my back and
To help
everything.
her.
To help you.
God raised her up that day where
Yeah.
she could take care of me
Say,
because
let
I
me help
was
my baby.
down.
Yes.
I was like, Lord, I had my mom up here putting patches all on my back and everything. But that's the prime example about not taking care of yourself
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Where you will
Yeah.
have the ability to take care of the person you take care of and do it
Yeah.
like it's supposed to be done. But that
Right.
day, Lord, thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
So,
I think we have such a need, and I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about anybody else because I got
mhm,
permission to talk about myself. We have this need to just do everything.
right.
I want this done. I got this done. I got this done. I
Mhm.
got this done. I got this. I got to do this. And I got to do this. And I got to do this. And then somebody asks you a question. You're like, what?
Right.
Just one
Right.
more thing. And you're like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what I'm learning. That's when
Okay.
the self care starts.
Okay.
I happen to
Absolutely.
love British movies. I like the
Yes.
way they talk.
Yes.
I like, for some
We need a
reason, the
sister.
way they write their scripts, but I love the way they talk.
That's
We
my
need a
sister.
sister.
So if I want to bring it on down, bring it on down, bring it on down, it is
Hmm.
Murdoch Mysteries time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
It's like Count on
Wow.
taking me away.
It is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then there are times when I realize that I need to do something else that is not that heavy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Very
Stop thinking
good.
so hard.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
good. Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. For
You know,
sure.
I'm telling Sister Paul, with our cousin, she just got funeralized on Saturday. And when we have conversations about stuff, and she always have this we call it, I don't know if you want to call it a quote or just something, a statement. And she said, it is what it is.
It is what it
Yeah.
is.
Something, it is what it is, and we cannot do anything about it.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have to just go with the flow. And she
Mhm.
said it wasn't nasty or nothing like that. But it's just the way of you got to say, oh, it is that. Well, let's move on to the next thing because it is what it is.
Mhm.
It
You know,
is what it is. And it
and
keeps the heaviness, keeps things from being so heavy. And
mm-hmm,
and sometimes we have to stop being so serious.
mm-hmm,
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
absolutely.
We gotta laugh sometimes.
Laughter.
Like a medicine.
Yeah. And
Ooh,
we do it a lot. So
a
we should
lot,
be
Oh,
good of everything. We do
I
it a
can
lot.
see,
a
I
lot,
can see that.
Yeah. You know,
a lot.
so you're focusing on the sisters, and we have the one brother. I sometimes sit and
Yeah,
think, what does he think about this? He in the
I
midst of
don't think he does. I think he
yeah,
just, it
knows
is what
what
it
to say.
is.
It is
It
what
right.
is what it is.
you know.
Mm,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
he got the sisters there to take care. So so it is what it is. You know what I'm
that's
saying? It
right.
all fits. He's a part of the puzzle, and it
Mm-hmm,
fits.
mm-hmm,
Mhm.
But
mm-hmm.
there's a power among sisterhood that is just palpable. I mean, it's like I
It
can
is.
just feel you from the screen. If I made one phone call to one person within about 2.5 seconds, I believe the
Mm-hmm,
other person will know exactly what's going on.
mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
a powerful sisterhood.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's what, in my mind, is really missing because you
Mm-hmm,
have to be taught that.
Yeah.
mm-hmm,
It has to be taught
Mhm.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
I
and
can't
it has to
imagine.
be demonstrated
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yes.
and encouraged
Mhm.
and
Mm-hmm.
given room to kind of grow because you need to have room to get mad sometimes, get glad
That's
sometimes.
right. That's right.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Lord
And
have mercy.
I'll say this, and one last thing before we go is the other thing that I love about my sisters is the fact that they make me feel capable.
Oh.
They make me feel that I can do
Wow.
something. You know what I mean? Because they have the confidence I can do it. Now, even if I don't know it, they gonna say, "Girl, just do
Well,
it."
yes, you can.
You know you can do
Anita, I
it.
know you know how to make a car.
Mhm.
I don't know. You kind of act like you know how to do about everything. Like, Anita, I know you know how to make me a coat.
Right.
Talk
Absolutely.
about crazy stuff, and she's like, "You can do it. You can do
Yeah.
it."
But they have always made me feel capable.
That's great.
You know?
That's
Yeah,
great.
that's a great feeling.
That is
They
a great.
got my
That's
back
great.
always.
That you can do it all. The Bible says I can do all things through Christ. Your sister's like, that's my sister, and she can do
That's
all.
right. Right.
You know, the Word of God says,
Ridiculous stuff.
and we're getting ready to bring this broadcast. I can't believe
It is. I'm telling you.
Oh, wow.
it's just not enough time. Okay, so you guys are gonna come back. But the train's out there, the power transformation train's out there. I'm gonna have to pull her around and turn around and bring her back into the station. But what keeps floating around in my head is, you know, many are called, but few are chosen. You're chosen.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're just chosen. And now other people need to see and hear and feel and know what being chosen looks like. It's not easy, but you're still chosen.
That's right. Amen.
And you got the grace to do it. You're graced for it.
Mm-hmm.
So the light that's shining, even, you know, just shining through the platform, I'm so glad I know you. I got you on speed dial.
All right then. Use it.
I'm getting ready to get Gilda's phone number. That's the only phone number I don't have. But we'll take care of that.
You can have it.
We'll just, you know, we'll take
You
care of
can
that.
have it.
We'll just put you on a
Sure.
group chat. But I'm so excited. It's 7:42. And then, around this time, I'm pulling that power of transformation chain into the station. And, you know, it's built on an excerpt from one of my favorite scriptures, Romans 12:2, that says, "Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." So when we get into those places and we think we can't handle it, we just have to change our mind. We get into those places when we don't think something else is going to happen, we just change our mind. We just get it transformed. So as we are pulling it in the station, you know, she's just kind of chugging along, you know, because now she has to bring this to a close. I've enjoyed talking to you.
Oh, we enjoyed it.
Your words of wisdom, the love that's beaming off the screen. I want you to know that it's just a blessing to know you. And we will have a replay of this show on Saturday at 2:00. And what I'll do, Eastern Standard Time, I will advertise that we're going to have a replay because I didn't get to advertise the way I normally do. But, you know,
Okay.
but I want, and I can replay it again, but definitely on Saturday, I want people to hear what you said tonight. But and I also want them to feel it because it's going to make a difference. That's part of the transformation process.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining. You thank everybody else that's joined us. We have some people that are watching. We know that when people get out of Bible study, they're going to watch it again. So you can watch as many times. We want you to like and share with your friends. This is We Love Caregivers Month, and these are 3 amazing sisters.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. You have to trust the process in order for the power of transformation to do its thing. I trust you. I trust God. I trust the process. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Good night.
Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Good night.